Hi, friends. Welcome. This is Yoga in Our City's virtual studio. I am Sondra, and we have Foxy with us again today for a beginner's yoga class, introducing you into moving meditation. So, we'll begin our practice with about a 5 to 10 minute still seated meditation, and then we'll move into the movement, and then we'll come back for the last few minutes of class into stillness once again, where we will unite and connect to a beautiful meditation where we can connect to objects within our space. So I'm going to give you a few minutes just to go ahead and gather anything you're going to need. To sit in meditation, I like to be very comfortable, and I recommend the comfort for you as well. We will again be sitting for about 5 to 10 minutes, so I like to have some cushions to help support and prop my knees up and my thighs up. And then also, I like to have a stool, something a little bit more cushiony than a block to sit on. But if a block is your preference today, go ahead and grab a block. If you don't have a stool or a block, I would recommend either a couch cushion or a rolled up blanket, a towel, or even if you have a yoga mat, rolling that up and sitting on that. We want to get the hips to be higher than the knees. So we have this beautiful opening within the mid body, and we can allow the energy to flow freely without any obstruction or constriction through either improper um, improper sitting or through like tightening of the joint areas themselves. So we want everything to move freely and smoothly. So go ahead and grab your props. If you need any water as well, go ahead and grab some water. Room temperature or warm as advised. And then once you're ready, we'll settle into our seats and we'll make ourselves rooted and connected to the earth below us. Make my way there. Been a very interesting week for me. Lots of thoughts, lots of energy, lots of emotions. So, meditation is something that for me is fitting, and I'm sure, like many of you, it'll only benefit the mind in such a positive way and support the body in response to this stillness, this silence, and this rhythmic connection that we will invoke throughout this practice today. And I'd like to think of meditation as a tonic for the mind itself. We need more nourishment for our brains. So vital and important. We're carrying lots of heavy weight from our thoughts, from our experiences, from our environment, taking in a lot of toxins that we don't even know that we're taking in, that are creating some extra weight in this brain, putting some extra pressure on natural and gentle, easy movements that we tend not to even think about, and we tend to take for granted. Those just impulsive actions that we as humans respond to after the brain is triggered. So meditation is that tonic to help rejuvenate, to restore, and to also to release and let go of all of the buildup that the mind has accumulated over the years and lifetimes. If you are nursing, if you are pregnant, if you are taking any medications or you have any pre-existing conditions, discuss with your healthcare practitioner prior to engaging in any activities. We are going through some movement in conjunction with meditation. So this can be very powerful and get some energies moving in the body and mind and bring things to surface that you may not be ready for, or the body might not be able to be strong enough to support you in that. So again, advise to talk to a medical practitioner prior to engaging to understand your limits and what your body can handle presently. Over time, you'll find that you can enter into these practices or even more in depth advanced practices as you condition the body and the mind. All right, so hopefully you found a nice, comfortable seated position. that you can sit in for the next 5 to 10 minutes or so. As we come into our meditation practice today, we're going to come inward and connect with our breath. So, through our breath is where we're going to find that stillness, is we're going to find that quiet in the mind. In order to get that quiet, we must regulate the breath. So if you have any chitter chatter that's going on in the brain or any bit of monkeyness going on up inside of there, this will help to support you and bring you back into presence. Into this present state is a gift. So let us understand that it is not easy to get there in every moment. But through some of these tools and techniques that I will be sharing with you, you should have a little bit more of an ability to get yourself out there. All right, so come into the being, come into the body. First, we're going to draw the attention to the physical body and make sure we're nice and aligned, allowing for our knees to fall down towards the earth below you. Let them become heavy, nice and relaxed. And then let the hips themselves melt towards the earth as you draw the belly inward and let the tailbone fall to the seat below you. Flip your palms so they are on your thighs and facing up towards the sky, and let the shoulders draw to the back of your space and then down to your earth below you. If it feels good, gently tuck the chin to open up the back of the neck. And then either bring the gaze down towards the earth below you or close the eyes completely, beginning to draw the mind's attention and awareness inward. And as always, just connect with your breath. Notice the inhalation. Notice the exhalation coming naturally and with ease. Any thoughts that begin to come into the mind or are present, let them wash away with the exhalation. Releasing and letting go as you begin to draw attention and awareness to the breath. As a beginner, oftentimes holding still can be difficult, or bringing your attention can be difficult. So this is why we encourage you to connect with that breath. Feel the air coming in and out of the nose or mouth. Feel the body expanding, filling with oxygen on the inhale, and letting go, releasing, getting smaller on the exhale. Notice any release, any tension beginning to dissipate through each exhalation. Again, any thoughts, just let them come and let them go. I invite you to deepen your breath. Feel the expansion through the inhalation, growing larger, and letting go, releasing even more, feeling the weight. Anything does not benefit you, releasing on the exhalation. As we come into the state of pratyahara, we are beginning to withdraw our attention from the external. We focus that attention onto the breath. Deep, full breaths. Every time the mind wanders, attention back to the breath, expand it, deepen it, feel it. If silence comes, begin to focus on that quiet mind. Enter into the next stage of meditation. Anna, Dharana. If it feels good to bring in some sounds internally, or you're noticing your mind is having trouble releasing its thoughts through the breath, we can bring in a mantra or gentle vibrational sound. On your inhale, silently into yourself, saying so. And on the exhale, hum. So. So. Maybe Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Any other sounds, vibrations, or hums that feel good to help you release the thoughts. Begin to connect with the quiet mind. Take in 3 more deep breaths. Very good. Releasing that final exhalation whenever it comes, no rush. And then just noticing any qualities or sensations that are present. Noticing how these 10 minutes have made you feel. Calming the mind. Bringing silence and quiet into a place that is often overstimulated. Very good. We're going to remove our props and our support away from the body, and we'll begin to connect to our movement. So being very mindful, being very aware of each and every motion and movement you take as you release your support props. And then we're going to bring ourselves up to a standing position, so rising however you'd like to get there. And take all the time you need to rise, feeling the feet planted firmly into the earth below you, all 4 corners, picking up the toes and letting them fall onto the earth below you, bringing the gaze now to the toes. And once again, rise the toes up and then let them fall to the earth. Feeling yourself firmly planted and visually knowing you are firmly planted and supported in this earth below you. So for our moving meditation, we're going to be bringing focus and attention onto 3 different parts throughout our practice today. We're going to be bringing attention to our fingers, these energy, powerful hands that give us so much vitality, so much life. But also we're going to bring our attention to them so they can allow our minds to quiet and they can guide our attention into the presence. We will also bring our attention to our toes as they give us the ability to move forward. And then we will bring our attention to our knees for one asana, one posture, one flow. Alrighty. So to begin, as we always do in our practice, we begin with our sun breaths. So for this, the gaze is just going to be directly out in front of you. The arms are going to come to the side. The fingers are going to spread nice and wide and gently reach up towards the sky. The gaze is going to meet the fingers in the center. On the exhale, we're going to flatten so our palms are facing towards the earth, keeping the gaze on the fingers, and draw the energy down the midline, touching fingertips together. When the hands are down below the pelvis, we'll release them, spreading the fingers, spreading the arms nice and wide, bringing the gaze back up to center, to the sky, to the tips of the fingers. Touch the tips, palms come downward. Exhale down the midline, releasing, letting go. Let the arms split. Head raises, arms and hands raise to the sky. Exhale, bring it down the midline. Following the fingers on the exhale and at the top of the inhale. And keep flowing with your own breath at your own pace, your own rhythm. And we're beginning to slow the breath down as the mind follows. Two more rounds. Feeling all the energy around, cultivating it to the top, and exhaling it, bringing it into the body, the being, the essence. Bringing the arms back down to the sides, the palms face forward, the gaze is forward. Draw the belly in, a gentle tuck of the tailbone. I'm going to bring the hands into heart center, one palm together with the other. The fingers are up towards the sky. And we're going to follow the fingers once again as we inhale, reach up towards the sky. And we're going to exhale down to our right, looking at the palms, the fingers on the exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to the left. Following the gaze as the hands, the fingers move the body from left to right. One more time on each side. Inhale back to center and exhale, the hands come back down to heart center. Bringing the gaze onto the right fingertips, we're going to inhale, the right hand comes up to the sky, the gaze comes up to the sky. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, reach back up, keeping the gaze on the right fingertips. Inhale fully and exhale, the hand come back down to meet the left. Gaze comes to the left fingertips. Inhale, reach up, look at the fingertips. Exhale over to the right. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, the left hand comes back down to meet the right. Looking at the right fingertips. Inhale up, reach up. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, right hand back down to heart center. Inhale, left hand up, reach up. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bring the gaze back to heart center. Inhale that right arm up. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale. Exhale, bring it back down and continue left to right. Bringing the eyes and mind's attention to the hand that moves and flows. One more time. And bringing yourself back to heart center, pausing and being still here. Bringing the attention to the heart center and the gaze downward. Very good. Releasing the hands down to the side, we're going to step to the top of our mat. And we're going to flow through gentle warriors here, bringing the gaze to the fingers once again. All right, so bringing the hands to heart center, right at the center of the chest. The palms are together. Bring the gaze back down to the tips of the fingertips. Inhale, reach up to the sky, up overhead. And we're going to exhale, step back with the right foot, keeping the gaze up at the fingertips. The left fingertips is what you're going to look at. As you exhale, the right arm comes behind you. The left arm comes in front. Keeping the gaze at the left middle fingertip. Flip the palm of the hand, the left hand. Inhale, rise, following that left fingertip, tracing it up overhead and behind you, bringing some weight and energy into that left leg. On the exhale, following that left hand, bending at the elbow, left forearm comes to the left thigh, reaching the right arm up overhead and maybe extending it in front of the mat. On your next inhale, reach the right arm back, the left arm comes in front. Gaze is at those left fingertips. Pivoting onto those right toes, we're going to inhale the hands, come back up to center, facing back to the front of your mat. On the exhale, bring the hands back down to the heart and step the right foot forward to meet the left. Pause, bring the gaze to the hands, and take a full breath in, a full breath out. On the next inhale, following the fingertips, inhale up to the sky. Exhale, step that left foot back up onto the toes. And on the exhale, the next exhale, gaze follows the right fingertips. Left heel falls to the ground, left hand behind you. The gaze is at the right middle finger. Flip the right palm, follow the right fingers. Inhale, rise up. Reverse your warrior. On your next exhale, following the right fingers, bending the right elbow. The right forearm comes to the right thigh, and the left arm reaches up overhead or extends over past the front of the mat. With the gaze on the right fingertips, inhale to rise back up. Right hand in front. Left arm behind, pivot up onto the left toes. And inhale, the arms come back up overhead, the gaze on those fingertips overhead. On the exhale, step the left foot forward and the hands connect back at heart center. Pause, be still, notice. Following the fingertips once again, inhale, reach back up to the sky. Exhale, follow the fingers as you fold forward into a nice forward fold. Bend your knees if you need to. Bringing the gaze now to the toes, the fingers. You can even place the hands on top of the toes, onto the shins, or onto the thighs. Everybody bend your knees if they are not yet bent. We're going to inhale, rise up into our chair. The arms come up overhead, bringing our gaze to the fingertips overhead. Going to get a little heat moving, a little bit of movement going here. And we're going to alternate as we twist from left to right, bringing the gaze initially to the right fingertips. On the exhale, we're going to twist out behind us, looking over our right shoulder to our right fingertips behind. The left hand is in front. Follow the right fingertips. Inhale, rise back to center. Exhale, look at the left finger. Watch it cross the body. Come behind. Left hand behind. Right arm in front. Inhale, following that left hand back to center. Exhale, follow the right behind you. Inhale, center. Exhale, follow the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, follow the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, follow the left. Inhale, center. And continue alternating left to right for 3 more rounds. Making this a meditative flow. Feeling the energy around you moving. I don't know if that was 3. I feel like it was 2, so we're going 1 more round. Once you are done with the left side, inhale to rise, straighten the legs. Bring the palms together and exhale. The hands come down to heart center once again. The gaze is at the fingertips. Pause, be still, notice. Inhale, reach the arms back up overhead, following the fingers. Exhale, hinge it forward once again. Bringing the attention and the awareness to the toes, planting the hands onto the mat, and stepping one foot back and then the other. Bringing the gaze once again to those toes. Bring the knees down onto the mat and then swing your feet around so you can come down onto your buttocks. Extending the legs out in front of you. Gaze is at the toes and gently draw the spine down towards the mat. Using your forearms if you need to for support. And then bringing the entire spine to the mat. And then the head, releasing the gaze from the toes for a moment and bringing the gaze towards the sky above. Bring one leg up to the sky and then the other, bringing the gaze once again to the toes. Feel yourself comfortably planted here firmly with the entire back on the ground. Make any adjustments that you need to. We're going to grab the back of the right leg with the hands. And we're going to begin some alternation. So we're going to first start to bring our gaze to the right toes. On our next exhalation, drop the left leg, drawing the right leg into the chest. Inhale, bringing that left leg back up. Switch the hands so they grab the left leg. Bring the gaze to the left toes and exhale, the right leg comes down to the mat as the left leg comes into the chest. Inhale, right foot back up. Look at the right big toe. Exhale, left back, right into the chest. Inhale, let them meet back at center. Look at the left toe. Exhale the right down. Pull the left in. Inhale back up. Exhale opposite. And again, the gaze is at the toes. And you can either increase the breath speed or make it slower. And one more on each side. Both feet back up to the sky. Bring the arms back down to the sides and gently begin to bend the feet so they come towards the mat. And now the knees are up towards the sky. So the knees are bent, soles of the feet are down on the mat. And we're going to gently rise up onto our forearms. So our gaze is now coming to the knees themselves. And just gently let the knees fall to the right side of your mat. On the next inhale, let the knees come back up to center. And then let the knees fall on the exhale to the left. Follow the knees as they inhale center. And exhale, fall to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, fall to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, fall to the right. And just gently watch the knees falling from left to right. Your gentle windshield wipers releasing all of the excess tears and moisture that can bring about some heaviness, especially in the hips and the low back. You can make this movement faster or you can make it slower, bringing more nourishment, calm and quiet to the mind. Doing 2 more on each side. Taking all the time you need, especially if your breath is long and extended today. Don't let my breath rush you. And once the knees are back to center, again, no rush. You're going to work your way back up to a seated position. You can grab a prop, extend the legs out. Do it with mindful awareness if you do end up grabbing a prop. With pure intention. So our next and final meditative practice for this class is going to be gazing meditation. So I'm sure there are plenty of objects in your distance, close and far. I'm going to encourage you to bring an attention or awareness to that object. Actually, we'll use the orange today since it's nice and bright to see. And that's going to be my gaze. So whatever object you've chosen, make sure it is an object that is not mobile. So if you're outside, make sure it's not a leaf that can move in the wind. If you're inside, I think there's a lot of pretty still objects. So anyway, you know what that is. That's well before beginners yoga about inanimate objects. So okay, so let us bring that attention, that awareness to that item, to that object. And maybe this object itself has a connection with you on a memory or an experience, or maybe it brings about a thought. And hoping that this is a joyous thought. If there is any negative thoughts or sensations, I advise you to move on to a different object for the time being. We'll come back to the harder stuff later. But beginning to draw the attention and the connection to this object and just giving it a form to begin. Noticing its shape, noticing any appenditures or protrusions or indents. Noticing any qualities about its form without bringing any judgment to this form, just awareness. Breathing in and breathing out as you connect and unite with this object, either directly in front of you or at a distance. Beginning to let all that surrounds it melt away as your gaze becomes fixed and focused. And begin to draw your mind's attention to the colors of the object or color. Breathing in that color, colors. Just noticing how that color makes you feel. Whether it's a color that is pleasing and supporting, or if it's aggravating, benefiting. If there's any negativity to the color, begin to close the eyes and let go of the color of the object. And reconnect with the breath. Your eyes are closed, gently open them to bring that object back into the mind's eye, back into your gaze. Begin to go deeper into this object, noting any other qualities that are beginning to draw out and into your mind. And for everyone, begin to close the eyes, releasing your idea of what this object is and any identification that you may continuously be making. Bring your attention to the thought of a cow chewing grass in your mind's eye, bringing this visualization outdoors, the green, luscious grass in a beautiful big pasture. And you spot this cow. We'll call it a spotted cow today. White with black spots, full of life and girth, with its neck extended, chewing the grass before it, the grass of nourishment, the grass of life. And as we think of the idea of grass as food for a cow, for nourishment, it may not make sense for our bodies to do the same and chew the grass. For the cow, it makes sense. And as you begin to draw your attention to that cow, you begin to bring a nice smile to your face. For the cow is solely focused on its mission of consumption, not bothered by the flies, try to penetrate the eyes, just focused on its duty, focused on its consumption and its nourishment. Begin to disconnect from that cow and bring in yourself into your mind's eye, drawing your attention and awareness to that which too consumes you positively, with nourishment, with love. Allow this consumption to fill your entire being. Let it radiate over you. Bring it into your heart center. Feel the joy, the support, and the nourishment it gives you, even without it being present. This power of mind, you can bring in any visual, any sensation. Bring it in. Smell the smells, feel the feelings, experience color, the moment, and the bliss. Place one palm onto the heart center and the other directly on top, uniting the thumbs, the center, right on the sternum. And with the eyes still closed, with this beautiful vision of yourself in your own pasture, consuming your own nourishment, your own vitality. Bring honor, bring grace to the being that you are, the experiences that you have had, and the opportunities yet to be. Know that you are in the place where you need to be, and all is as it should be. Take a moment to experience it, to breathe it in, and let the mind quiet to truly understand the presence and what is happening. With that honor, with that appreciation for self, is my appreciation and honor to be sharing my time with each and every one of you. And it is an honor that you have graced me with your presence and you have spared your time with me as well. I am Sondra, and this is Yoga in Our City's virtual studio. I'm accompanied by my little lady Foxy, and I hope to see you all out in the parks. We have 2 weeks remaining, so we've got a few more opportunities to connect and unite outdoors. Check us out in New London, in Willimantic, in Hartford, in Middletown, in Waterbury, Bridgeport, and New Haven. Let us unite with this beautiful weather this beautiful Connecticut that we live in. There's so much vibrancy, nourishment, and joy out there. I hope to see you all tomorrow at 5:30 outside at your park in your city. Take care, everybody. Stay happy, stay healthy, and